can't brush and floss at the same time. It's easy with Waterpik Sonic Fusion 2.0, the 2-in-1 oral care breakthrough with 2 times the bristle speed and superior flossing power. It cleans deep between teeth and below the gum line, clinically proven to be up to twice as effective as regular brushing and flossing for removing plaque and improving gum health. So upgrade your oral care with the world's first flossing toothbrush. Go online or ask your dental professional about Waterpik Sonic Fusion.
All right, before we go, one last movie milestone to celebrate.
Yes.
The musical Little Shop of Horrors turns 35.
One of my favorites.
Really?
Yes, it's a cult classic. It gave us plenty of catchy tunes.
Yeah.
You know, Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh.
So good. But it also made so many people think twice about ever buying a plant
Do that
again.
Do that.
Little shop of
Bye, y'all.
horrors.
Bye.
Little shop. Hey.
Missy Mo.
The plant's agent would call all the time, and it was a complete pain. When it got fussy and complained about its trailer and its per diem, that's
Happening now.
He was found guilty of the 2017 murder of an 11-month-old child. Today, he finds out how much time he's going to have to spend behind bars. We also learn what's next for the mother of that baby. Coming up.
$3.99 for an electric scooter may sound like a good deal. Good afternoon, I'm Alicia Barrera, and coming up, the scam BBB is warning customers about leading into the holidays.
Temperatures will be warming up a bit this week. I'm going to talk about that and take a look at the Christmas forecast in just a bit. The News at 5 starts right now.
Now, first at 5, we do start with breaking news. A grand jury deciding not to return an indictment in the shooting death of combat veteran Damian Daniels. The decision to not indict Bexar County Deputy John Rodriguez just came down within the last 20 minutes.
That deputy, one of a number of deputies who responded to a mental health call for Daniels back in August of last year. The sheriff's office said a struggle took place leading up to the shooting. Daniel's family continuing to call for the public release of body cam footage from that day throughout this investigation. The district attorney's office has said they reviewed the video with family and informed Daniel's family of today's decision. District Attorney Joe Gonzalez saying, quote, "As I have stated in the past, every officer involved shooting in Bexar County resulting in serious injury or death will be decided by a grand jury." End quote. We'll continue to follow this decision. New at 5, it's life in prison for a man who was found guilty in the death of an 11-month-old boy.
Miguel Gutierrez was sentenced this morning. Now, last month, he was convicted for the death of Xavier Cortez. That baby died in 2017 while that man that we just told you about was babysitting him.
Paramedics testified that when they arrived at the scene, little Xavier was unresponsive, had bruises on his torso. Today, the baby's step-grandfather read a letter to Gutierrez. It came from the baby's father, who's in jail on unrelated charges.
Not a day goes by that I don't think about what you did to my baby. I am glad to know you're going to be put away for a long time, and no one else has to be scared of you doing that again.
Now, the boy's mother is also facing an abandonment charge in this particular case. Her trial, though, has not started. Gutierrez, by the way, is eligible for parole after he serves 30 years in prison.
We're also waiting to hear from a jury in the trial of the Minneapolis police officer who pulled her gun instead of her taser, shooting and killing a man. Kim Potter, accused of fatally shooting Dante Wright back in April. The former officer says it was a mistake and that she meant to pull out her taser when she shot Wright.
So the jury's now deliberating after hearing hours of closing arguments, and jurors have to make a decision here. They have to decide whether this was a mistake or a result of carelessness. Now, if she's convicted of both first and second degree manslaughter, Kim Potter could spend up to 11 years in prison. Prosecutors have said that they plan to push for longer sentences. Now, in other news, police are looking for the person who shot a man outside of a downtown club. Happened last night around 11:30 near Heat nightclub on North Main Street. Police say that 2 groups of people got in a fight inside the club and then they took it outside. You know, that never ends well. Investigators say that someone was driving by in a vehicle and opened fire. That bullet hit a worker from that club. He was hurt in the leg, and now police are looking through surveillance footage to try and find that shooter.
We are just a few days away from the start of holiday gatherings, and pairing that with a recent surge in new COVID cases across the country, there are a lot of people worried this afternoon. The Omicron variant is now detected in all 50 states. Some hospitals already overwhelmed yet again. And some cities ramping up measures to get more people vaccinated. In Boston, for instance, the mayor announcing vaccination will be required for some indoor venues beginning mid-January.
We are facing another winter surge with the Omicron variant. Vaccination is the most powerful tool we have to fight this pandemic.
Here we are in the middle of a fourth surge in the holidays. I am very concerned. We are burnt out. We are tired and we are disheartened.
Moderna now reporting its authorized booster increases neutralizing antibodies against Omicron within a month of getting the shot. The drug maker says it's working to advance its Omicron-specific booster into clinical testing right now.
Beautiful way to start the week. We had some much needed rainfall over the weekend, just under an inch reported at the airport in San Antonio, but over an inch at our weather watcher's house in Bulverde. 46 earlier today. That was the low temperature, a little above the average of 42, but only 59 for the high. Average high is 64. The record high, 85 on this day, but temperatures mostly right around 60 degrees. Eagle Pass 63, Panna Maria, Floresville near 60, 58 in Bulverde, along with New Braunfels and Canyon Lake now at 56. As we go through the evening hours, temperatures falling back down into the 40s. I mean, by 10 o'clock, upper 40s, and early tomorrow morning, right near 40 degrees. But there is going to be a pretty big warm up later this week. We'll talk about that in detail and see if there's any shot of rain anytime soon coming up.
Ooh, that's going to be really important, Adam, because, Santa has, 5 more days to get here, depending on how Santa works for you. But the skies above San Antonio, those are already busy.
Yeah, they are. The holiday travel season among the busiest times of the year at San Antonio International Airport. Garrett Berger joins us there live with what you need to know. All right, Garrett, first off, how does this time of the year compare to the rest of the year when it comes to the busy airport?
Well, the director of airports for the city says things pick up quite a bit in the roughly 2-week period with Christmas right in the middle there. Now, right now, he says they're seeing up to 30,000 passengers pass through the city's airport every day. That compared to a normal day where it's usually somewhere around 20 to 25,000. Now, the airport's director still says San Antonio International's airport overall travel numbers are still down compared to what they were before the pandemic. Now, they don't think they're going to reach those numbers again until next year. And then 2023 after it is expected to be a return to normalcy. But over the long term, as the city grows, the airport is expecting a big jump in passengers. The City Council just approving a strategic development for the airport in order to accommodate it.
There will be, a different menu of different facilities and systems that will be available as we start to think about what the airport's going to look like in the next 3, 5, 7 years. So a lot of more expedited processes to ensure that we have a lot more of this touchless experience that everyone is longing for.
Now, for now, sign says you can probably expect it to take about 15 minutes to get through security, but they're still recommending you get here about an hour and a half ahead of any domestic flights or 2 hours for international. Now, the airport says there is still a mask mandate in effect for both air travel and the airports. So as soon as you walk in those airport doors, make sure you're wearing one of these. Live at San Antonio International, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Garrett, thank you. So maybe you're looking at that and thinking, maybe I want to hit the road this week. And if so, it's really important to know which areas you want to avoid.
Yeah, and know you're going to be far from alone. The Texas A&M Transportation Institute just released its annual list of the most congested roadways in the state. Our Samuel King joined us now. All right, Sam, how did local roadways do in this study?
Well, Steve and Stephanie, there's a bit of a slippage compared to last year, and that might be surprising to some people. There were 2 in the top 30 last year. This year, the highest ranked roadway is 35th. That's Loop 1604 between 281 and I-10, followed by I-35 between 1604 and 410, coming at 38th statewide. Now, the TTI says the pandemic has changed commuting patterns, especially among those who can work at home. But as you might have noticed, traffic volumes are already getting close to 2019 levels, And experts say upcoming road projects could help ease congestion as the state continues to grow. Well, looking at traffic this evening, another busy corridor is Loop 410. We had a crash here earlier, and that's caused some delays, but those are improving. We do have a new crash reported very near the airport at Loop 410 and McCullough, 6 to 8 minutes in both ways. And finally, some issues on the southeast side, so watch out for a stalled vehicle very close to Loop 410 and I-37.
You know, Samuel, some of that traffic might be due to visitors spending Christmas week in San Antonio. I'm Myra Arthur here in the newsroom with stories that we're working on for 6 o'clock. Visitors staying in local hotels, they might be noticing a change. Hotels are also dealing with issues caused by the supply chain mess. It's making things like shampoo and linens tougher to get, and prices have gone up. We'll take a look at these effects and how some companies say that they are trying not to pass that increase on to customers. Plus,
what will UTSA's Tier 1 status mean to its programs, like its new soon-to-be School of Data Science and San Antonio standing as Cyber City USA? That story coming up.
That is some of what we're working on for the news at 6. We'll see you then, Stephania and Steve.
All right, Myra, thank you. Okay, so now there's a scam warning from the San Antonio Police Department. And here's the question for you. If you've parked at a public parking meter recently and used a QR code to pay, there is a chance that you were duped. SAPD posted this on Twitter because it's discovered fake QR codes on several public parking meters downtown. Now, those codes direct people to pay through fraudulent websites. So obviously they get your credit card information, not good. If that's happened to you, police say the best thing you could do is to file a report with them and also tell your credit card company right away.
Yeah, and unfortunately, 'tis the time of the season for scams. It's not the only scam we're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah, this is a holiday scam we're going to talk about right now that the Better Business Bureau is warning us about. It's online and it offers you deep discounts. But as KSAT's Alicia Barrera shows us, if something seems too good to be true, probably is.
'Tis the season for online holiday shopping, and while hoverboards are on the top of many lists, scammers are ready to cash in. Tanisha Nixon was promised a great product by the North Texas-based company GoTrax.
It was that kind of scooter, electric, all that. It had a speedometer, a headlight, a radio, you know, it was a nice scooter.
Months later, the nearly $300 electric scooter stopped working, and after some time, GoTrax stopped replying.
I would email them and they would email me back, send me pictures. So I would send them the pictures and then they would email me back, send me pictures. So it was just like a vicious cycle.
GoTrax is a company that we received wind of back in May.
On average, customers pay $180 to $200 for a GoTrax product, which could result in a customer losing that much money. However, when it's happening to hundreds of people, the Better Business Bureau says that's a scam.
The average is about $180 to $200 per incident if there's money lost. But again, multiply that by 200, 300 times and you see a pattern of fraud.
As of right now, the BBB reports a total of 286 complaints. But here's the thing, GoTrax is still selling. This is their website, and not only do they offer hoverboards, but also electric bikes and electric scooters.
The BBB hasn't been able to establish communication with the company, but want to warn holiday shoppers. They say read the reviews on the product, do research on each company, and always use a credit card to purchase in case charges need to be disputed. Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
Well, despite the scams, Christmas and holiday, a lot of people are looking forward to. And one San Antonio father who recently completed rehab, this year he has even more reason to celebrate. We chat with him about a program that helped put his life back on track and reunited him with his kids. It's after the break.
This SA Salute holiday greeting is brought to you by Pam Hospitals.
Hi, my name is Leslie Rodriguez. I'm an Air Force veteran who completed 2 tours in Iraq, and I personally have the experience of being overseas during the holidays, and I know how difficult that can be being away from your family. And we just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and that we are thinking of you.
The Staying Home for the Holidays is a very special meeting now for hundreds of people.
Yeah, they used to be homeless, but thanks to a housing surge initiative, San Antonio just exceeded its goal of rehousing 500 individuals and families by the end of the year. Our Jesse Degollado introduces us to a family that's preparing for a very Merry Christmas.
Joe Gomez says this is the most beautiful Christmas tree he's ever seen.
I actually just put the tree together and they decorated it, so I love this tree.
His 5 children did the decorating. They also have their own art gallery on the walls.
They're my little world, you know. Without them, everything was crumbling.
Out of rehab in the van he'd been living in with his children, Gomez is finally getting them back from Child Protective Services for more than just a visit. He's in his own apartment now, with presents donated for his kids. Joe Gomez says he'll never forget walking through the door of his apartment for the first time.
It was like, this is my home now.
It's not easy to work with someone on budgeting and life skills and to overcome such tremendous obstacles.
But those who do, like Gomez, are a big reason why it said the city of San Antonio and 25 nonprofits and agencies were up to the challenge of rehousing 500 people by the end of the year. By simplifying the process, working with landlords, and using federal funds, Gomez is among 538 people no longer living on the streets.
August through the end of the year, and we've exceeded that goal ahead of December 31st, so we're super excited.
Yeah. Everything I have now is because SAM Ministries helped me out.
Being disabled and on Social Security, he says SAM Ministries is even paying the rent for this and a larger apartment in the near future.
It was the best thing that could happen to me.
After coming this far.
Every brick that life threw at me, I just used it to build something.
Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
Sky 12.
Ooh,
beautiful
nice
shot of downtown San Antonio. The sun is out. You know, we went a few days there where we had gray skies. It's nice that the sun's out. Just feels warmer than it is.
And we can enjoy it guilt-free because we got some much-needed moisture, and the aquifer has responded to it. And the drought monitor should be a little bit different by this Thursday when it's issued. Here are our headlines, though. Some patchy morning fog throughout this week. Not every day, but there will be some noticeable mornings, especially by Thursday, I think. Warming up this week and into the holiday weekend as well. You read that right. 80 degrees for Christmas. That's what I have for you. Some of you like it, some of you don't. We can't return it. I'm sorry. That's all we have. All right, let's get right to it. Here's the big picture. Our sky cleared out this morning, and now we've got nothing but sunshine. And we're going to see, I think, a decent amount of sunshine throughout the week. The upper level swirl that combined with the cold front to give us our rain over the weekend, that's over Dallas right now. And you can see it dumping some precipitation out of Texas now. It's moving out of our area. That's exiting. And replacing it is a pretty calm and quiet weather pattern for several days now. So let's talk temperatures. Rain chances are pretty much non-existent. Temperatures, however, there is some cold air out there. I mean, you're looking at 14, Bismarck, and Minneapolis. That cold air is going to stay bottled up to the north and not exactly be pushing southward anytime soon. So don't anticipate another strong cold front, at least within this next 7 to 8 days. You look at readings locally, 61 Uvalde and Hondo, 58 New Braunfels and Gonzales. Pleasanton right now at 62, and for the most part, we're right around 60, give or take a bit. This is what we're expecting tomorrow morning. Another cool start to the day. Mid-30s in the hill country. I mean, even Hondo 36 and New Braunfels 36. About 40 degrees here in San Antonio. Could dip down into the upper 30s in parts of our area, though. And then by tomorrow afternoon, we're well into the 60s. We're incrementally starting to warm our way back up after a high temperature of 52 on Sunday. So we're starting to get warmer. And look what happens here the rest of the week and even all the way to Christmas. We're talking 80 degrees by Christmas Eve for the high temperature. Not feeling all that Christmassy on Saturday, Christmas Day. 83 degrees is what we're anticipating right now. The only caveat there is some morning fog could impact these temperatures a little bit if the fog sticks around longer than anticipated. It could be a little bit cooler than that, but still well above average for this time of year. Dew points are down. We got rid of the humidity that was noticeable with, of course, the cold front over the weekend. And it's going to stay low for a few more days, but you'll notice hints of it by Christmas Eve and thereafter. You'll notice just some hints of humidity periodically as dew points get back up closer to 60 degrees. And then next week, noticeable mugginess with dew points back in the mid-60s. So there will be a little change in the mugginess out there, just nothing drastic. So this evening, clear sky, calm wind, Good radiational cooling. Will be 48 degrees at 10 o'clock, midnight 44. And tomorrow morning, as I mentioned, we'll have some mid-30s out there, especially in the hill country, but closer to 40 degrees around San Antonio. A little bit of patchy fog, but I don't anticipate a whole lot of it to start the day tomorrow. Otherwise, a sunny day, back in the mid-60s, not much of a breeze either. Wednesday, morning fog likely, and I think it could get pretty dense here as we get into Thursday, and then Christmas Eve, some morning fog, but otherwise a sunny week. Really no chance of rain anytime soon. Temperatures, as we talked about, getting back to the 80-degree mark, but at least there'll be some cool mornings out there. I mean, we'll warm into the upper 50s by Christmas morning, but let's look at it this way. Whatever toys the kids get, they can go outside and play.
Exactly.
No problem.
And hopefully Santa packs his shorts for when he hits South Texas.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff. All right. So Christmas is going to be hot, and I'm hoping the road runners stay hot tomorrow.
You know what? They're looking for their first ever bowl win, and this is the night before their big bowl game, and we're live in Frisco with the UTSA Roadrunners. Even though they're going into this game, can you believe it, as underdogs? We'll come back and talk more about that. Plus, how can the Spurs play so good in one game and so bad in the other? Coming up. Here we go. This is what head coach Jeff Traylor would like to add to the UTSA Roadrunners trophy case, the hardware for winning the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl tomorrow against the San Diego Aztecs. Even though the Roadrunners are 12-1, Conference USA champions, they come into this game as 3-point underdogs. More or less take it live to Frisco, and that's where we find our Larry Ramirez standing by. Hey, Larry.
Hey, Greg, and good evening, everybody. This morning was the final press conference before the Frisco Bowl goes down tomorrow night at Toyota Stadium. Right behind me, both head coaches and select players from each team had a chance to meet with us, the media. Here is UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor and San Diego State field boss Brady Hoke posing with the Frisco Bowl trophy this morning. During the presser, UTSA safety Rashad Wisdom told us before the season kicked off, the defense said they didn't want to start off the season happy. They want to end the season happy. And Coach Traylor doesn't pressure them to win. He just wants them to have fun and play freely.
Regardless of what the outcome is, we want to be happy with, how we ended it, and we want to end it on our terms, and that's just playing our brand of football. So we're going to go out there tomorrow, do what we do, and, go out there and just play how we know how to.
Like I said, Coach doesn't talk about winning and losing, so he lets us just play freely with no pressure. And at the end of the day, it's just a game, and everything take care of itself. And hopefully we'll come out victorious.
Certainly sounds like a good recipe. And hey, coming up tonight at 6, Rashad will talk about fellow Judson Rockets and Sear McCormick turning pro. Greg, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Larry. Our San Antonio Spurs have just a few hours to recover from their loss to Sacramento Kings since they had to face the Clippers tonight in Los Angeles in the second game of back-to-backs. This after they lost to a team that had been ravaged by the COVID-19 with as many as 4 players sidelined, including their interim head coach, Alvin Gentry, after testing positive. DeJounte Murray led the Spurs with 25 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds to get the Spurs off to a good start, but the Kings would respond by leading 37-27 after 1. The Spurs would outscore the Kings in the second and third quarter to cut the lead down to 6, but that's when Buddy Hield went off, scoring 18 of his 29 points in the fourth quarter, 24 in the final 15 minutes as the Spurs fall 121-114. How can the Spurs be so good against the Jazz, only be that bad against the Kings?
We came off a win against a great team. They came off of a lose by 20 points. They're depleted. They don't got one of their star players, so they just came out playing harder than us. Just that simple.
All right, here's the tip time tonight in the Staples Center in Los Angeles, 9:30. We have the early highlights for you tonight on the Night Beat. Hopefully a better game to report about.
Yeah. Shake your head about that game last night.
Absolutely. Should have won that one by far.
Exactly. Thank you, Greg.
We'll be right back after this.
Tomorrow, a lot of sunshine, mid-60s, low humidity. We get back to 80 degrees by Christmas Eve. So we'll gradually be warming up this week, and it is looking like low 80s on Christmas Day, Saturday, but sunny.
All right, we just have to enjoy it. Make the best
we do.
of it. Well, thank you for watching the news at 5.
World News up next. We'll see you back here at 6.
See ya.